Hi, you guys. Welcome to the D&D podcast. My name is Dante.
I'm Dallas, and this is episode 3. We know all y'all been watching, listening on Anchor and everything. We hope y'all have been, which, we just had that new YouTube channel up, and our first video did pretty good, we think. Just keep
listening.
Keep listening, keep watching, subscribe, comment, like, share, all that. So now we're gonna get into our Week 7 recap.
Well, if you were watching, ladies and gentlemen, you saw Georgia just lay an egg. They did. They lay an egg. They got beat by South Carolina on a field goal, which I think they should have kicked the field goal to win the game way before the overtime if you watched the game. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, about 3 field goals could have won the game for South Carolina and Georgia. What was Kirby Smart thinking?
Cause that I don't get that. The man can kick NFL range, so why don't you give him a chance to win the game? Even if you miss, it's still going in overtime.
Well, he probably thought because he missed twice from his field goal range, he probably thought. Honestly, I don't know what he thought, because I would have tried it if it would have been out of his range.
Yeah, I would have tried it too. I would have lined it up and said, if you miss it, we're going overtime. We make it, we get out of here with a win. But I want to give a shout out to South Carolina because that was a really good win for them, especially with everything with the quarterback situation and how they've been playing this year. That was a really good win for South Carolina. So a shout out to everybody in South Carolina.
Like, it's a great day to be a Gamecock.
Yes,
Will
it
Muschamp said.
Yeah,
Will Muschamp had that defense looking good.
He did. I like Will Muschamp. I really do. He's a really good defensive coordinator. He knows his profession. He knows what side of the ball wins championships.
But look, a third-string quarterback beat Georgia.
And to me, Georgia's got to get back to being. I remember this time last year they was dominant. They was blowing everybody out, and they got to play a Kentucky team that last year could have beat Georgia and played in the SEC championship game. So, if I'm Georgia fans, hashtag Dustin Stone, you're not feeling good right now. You're really not.
Yeah, I mean everybody's counting Georgia out, and I read a post today, which I was gonna tell you about. Swift.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
He said, "Don't count us out," and when he says something like that, I mean, I gotta give it up to him because he is a good running back. I mean, he does a lot of those hand motions.
You don't like that?
No.
Yeah.
But
he just
that's the Auburn fan coming out in me, not the football fan.
Yeah, he waited to the Auburn game.
And then we saw LSU. They beat Florida. That was would you call it a shootout? What would you call that? A dominate?
I don't call it a dominate. I don't think LSU dominated. To me, dominate is when you blowing somebody out 42-6. But to me, LSU's vulnerable. But I felt like Florida would have made enough plays like they did against Auburn to win the game. The only player they wish they would have had back is that 31 when he threw that pick. Because I feel like if they score, run the ball. But
they went for the touchdown.
I mean, but
on that play, 1 yard to go, and you go for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's 31.
Dan Mullen got a little bit too happy.
Yeah, he did. I guess he saw something in the film that was like, oh, if they line up in this coverage, we can score. But it was 31. To me, just line up and run the ball.
He really could have had that touchdown. He just threw it to the wrong guy.
Yeah.
He just looked at the wrong jersey at the wrong time.
But putting LSU 2 in the rankings, that to me is crazy.
They just saw that Florida win, and they just went crazy.
Exactly. And then I was watching Jesse Palmer and they was in the college football playoffs saying that I'm not putting LSU in my top 4. Not yet. Not yet. I have to see more. I gotta see more. Now, if they go out here and next week and they beat Auburn and they beat Alabama, then you might can have that discussion. But you can't say they're the in the top 4 when they only played one. I'm not calling Florida a bad team. I'm gonna call them an average team. But you can't. To me, they just looking at the offensive side of the ball because they scored like what?
Oh yeah.
42 points or whatever. They just to me they're looking at the one side of the
28.
ball. Yeah. So
That's
exactly.
Easily. I mean, Florida scored that. Is it like first half?
Yeah.
28-28.
Yeah. And exactly. And they averaged Florida can score more than 28 points a game, but you give up 28 points to a team that you, in my opinion, with no run game, you could have blew out. But you can't because the defense of Florida's a damn good defense. So you can't really.
But
I don't know, bro.
Talking about the playoff, Joey Galloway had 4 SEC teams in there.
Yeah, he did. He had 4 SEC teams in there, which I think is going to be a 2-loss SEC team. The committee's not going to fall in love with
It's still in the favor of teams like Florida, Auburn. I mean, you name it. The people that have lost across division teams like Florida and Auburn.
Yeah, and for all you Georgia fans, the loss to South Carolina, it don't even hurt you.
It don't.
It really don't even
Yeah, it don't hurt them at all.
So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't like that. That's my only pet peeve. Like, that's my only pet peeve about LSU.
I mean, yeah.
Like you can't jump somebody. They jumped 3 teams, practically 3 teams, man.
It's just insane. I don't.
They might as well.
The last time they did that, again, was in 2017. Auburn was ranked like 5th. Auburn was ranked 6th, and they beat Alabama and put them at 2. That's a kind of a trend we see with this committee. When you see they beat a top 10 SEC team, move them on up, and that's just like it's like. I don't know. They'll dog the SEC 1 minute, but praise them the next minute.
And you can kind of tell that they watch. Like, okay, they're really not gonna watch the SEC this week because it's really not really big games. But next week they will be watching that LSU Auburn game, and then they'll be watching Alabama LSU game, and th're gonna be watching the big games. Mm-hmm. So, to me, this committee, they don't. To me, it's too much about the numbers. Instead of really sitting down and watching and looking at the stats, because the stat sheet tell it all. That's just my opinion. The stat sheet tell it all. It 3rd down, 4th down, red zone convergence. They don't go by that. They go by the strength of schedule and which head-to-head the record do count. I understand that, but not in. If we were on the committee, it'll be different. They need to put us on the committee for real.
Yep. Anyway, Alabama dominated as always. Mm-hmm. I mean, not in the first quarter. I mean, first drive maybe. Kellen Mond looked good. I mean, which Alabama fans were telling me this week. They said, Kellen Mond, he's good. They said he's good. It's just Texas A&M's defense. It just wears them down. That's just they don't have enough backup behind him.
Mm-hmm. Well, my only thing about Kellen Mond is this. He's inconsistent. Like, he had a perfect, he went perfect on his first drive. Mm-hmm. But then, after that, it's like he's inconsistent. 1 minute, he looks like the best quarterback that Texas A&M ever had. And the next minute, he looks like the worst quarterback they ever had. To me, it's consistency. And that's Jimbo's problem with him. It's consistency. he can't make the throws and he's inconsistent. So you can't go to your backup quarterback. I don't even know who they backup quarterback is in my opinion. But that's Jim. Like Jimbo really don't trust. I can tell like Jimbo don't trust him for real. So I mean, Alabama dominated. I think the defense does have some holes in it, but the receivers they're just fast. I'm just gonna say that they fast. If I was playing DB on those receivers, I'm letting them score because you can't catch once they make that double move or whatever move.
I mean Henry Ruggs and
you ain't catching.
I meant to say Waddle.
You ain't catching them, bro. You just ain't catching them. They gone. They like the road runner.
Najee Harris might as well be another receiver. I mean he's pretty good. And Tua, people were talking about Tua finally like took sort of a leadership role when he yelled at Jerry Jeudy or something. I didn't watch. I want to watch half because Alabama was running away by then.
If you go back and look at the play, Jared Jeudy didn't really. He run the wrong route. He supposed kept going because Tula wanted him to throw him the football. He didn't run the route. So I mean, they would have scored regardless, but he ran the wrong route. So I mean, if I don't, you can say that. I think to me, it's just okay. Two people have an argument. Hey, it's and then they won the football game, so
yeah.
They were squashed after that. Like, hey, bro, we won. So we were up. If I was saying, hey, Tula, we're up. Calm down. That's probably would have been me.
Before we move on to talk about NFL, just what do you think about what Auburn's going to do out of their bye week?
I pray and I hope they got their stuff together. I can't say the word I want to use. I really hope they got their stuff together, man. Because, I mean, I'm not an Auburn fan, but I do root for other teams to do good. I want other teams to win national championships, to enjoy some of the success that Alabama had. So when they playing Alabama, I don't root for them, but I want to see Auburn dominate. I want to see them come out, dominate. I want to see Gus stay consistent. I just want to see consistency from here on out because they can't afford to lose another game. If they lose more than two,
they can. I mean, but I don't see them going to the playoff or the SEC championship. There's no way. I mean, if they lose, which that's what I'm going to say, like, Saturday Down South predicted the rest of Auburn's schedule, and they said that they would blow Arkansas out, lose to LSU, blow Ole Miss out, beat Georgia, handily, like 30-20, and then blow out Samford and then lose to Alabama in a close one. Which, if you're looking at this realistically, if Bo Nix plays like he can, that could be a possibility. But if they can really play like they want to play, they could run the table. But who knows? It's really just a toss-up for me. I don't know what could happen. I mean, I just wanted to throw that out there real quick.
I mean, the only thing I don't Saturday now. I don't follow you guys, but I am. But I disagree with you on the Georgia thing. To me, by then, Georgia might have their stuff together.
Oh, they're really. I listen to their podcast every morning. They really they're counting Georgia out.
Really?
Like they just flat out Like, they were up high talking about Georgia at the beginning of the season because they picked Georgia to win the national championship. They did, both of them. And one's Alabama fan and one's Florida fan. So now they just
But see, that's my problem.
And everybody's counting Georgia out, aren't you?
To me, see, this is like counting out the Warriors in basketball. You cannot count a team out because they lose to South Carolina. Georgia, to me, if you go back, it was turnovers. It was inconsistency on the offense. To me, when Georgia's running the football, get Swift going, and their momentum, then they're a different team. That's why I'm saying they lost. They gonna get back to work. They gonna beat Kentucky, and they gonna be good. They're gonna go from there because in my opinion, they can't afford to lose another game. Auburn definitely can't afford 2 losses to them. Auburn, to me, Auburn cannot afford to lose. Georgia cannot afford to lose another game.
And if Auburn does lose another game, it would just wreck their whole season. They'd probably end up losing the rest of the game.
And you know what it is? I'm gonna say this: if they lose to a team they shouldn't lose to, that right there will also be like, okay, Gus, like now it might be time for you to go. But if Gus does go, if they fire him, he should go to the NFL. The Redskins need a coach. He can fit right in there.
And again, before we move on, they also said on the episode I listened to, which coach, I'm still in their question, which coach is better as a coordinator than a coach? And they had examples like Joe Moorhead from Mississippi State, Gus, and I think they just threw out their own answer. But
the only thing about Mississippi State is this. Mississippi State, when Dan Mullen left, he practically took all the recruits with him to Florida. Yeah, he practically took everybody. So Mississippi State is a rebuilding program. Auburn, that's a totally different story because Auburn, to me, they can't really win recruit because Alabama's getting all the recruits that Auburn they want to come.
That's tough.
So to me, it's like Gus can't get the players that he want in there because every time they turn around, they're going to Alabama.
Or they're flipping. Like last year, they all flipped to Georgia.
Yeah. So they're going to Auburn. They're going to, Alabama and Georgia. Now, the only way I see Auburn to get these recruits that they want, to me, is to recruit out of state. They're going to have to go to Georgia. They need to get out of the state and also recruit in the state.
Florida.
I don't think they recruit enough in the state.
They can have good recruits from South Carolina.
Exactly.
They can have good recruits from Florida, Kentucky, Georgia.
Exactly.
Especially Georgia, because Alabama has athletes, but Alabama is getting their athletes somewhere else.
Yes.
Like, Nick Saban goes all the way to Hawaii.
Yeah, and
got to it. And his brother and the Quanjo,
yeah.
all of them. And
so that to me, that's what Gus has to do. He has to get out of the state. I know if I were him, the state I would probably go recruit at is Texas.
That's where he was born in Texas. He's from Arkansas. I don't see why he don't have stronger roots recruiting there than any.
Because I heard you get a lot of 5-star recruits out of Texas. And the one thing about Texas high school football is more physical. It's football out there than what you see in Alabama.
I mean, to an extent.
Yeah.
I mean, but you had players like Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
You had players like Kyle Allen.
Yeah.
You had players like Johnny Manziel. And then Kellen Mond.
Yeah.
So
that to me is what's gonna save Auburn recruit. Like Gus has to get it. Like Gus has to go out.
And he needs to go to these high schools that nobody's looking at.
Yeah.
That has these good athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched a couple games that non-conference, like UCLA, Washington State. They had some good offensive players. If Gus had them kind of players, there wasn't no telling what could happen.
and I know he recruited Bo in Alabama, which to me that's a good recruiter.
I mean, yeah,
Bo
number
looks pretty
one.
good, yeah.
Number one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, another question is, I want to know what happened to these JUCO that he used to get. All these JUCOs.
Yeah. The one thing I love about Gus is this: Gus can take a JUCO receiver and make him a draft pick. Because I remember Auburn used to get all the JUCOs, and Alabama really started doing that when Gus started doing it. Nick Saban was like, oh.
And then they got Jalen.
Yeah.
And then they got Blake Sims.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on over there, but it's just not looking good. So the next thing I want to talk about, we're going to talk about NFL.
Woo!
Like, we got some a lot of big topics, a lot of big news, a lot of stuff that we just found out 3 seconds ago. Number one is Jalen Ramsey going to the Rams.
They're not going to win the Super Bowl. Let's just say
I was going to say, are they Super Bowl contenders now since they're 5-1?
Stephen A. Smith, a big shout out. He said it best. The offense ain't clicking. It just ain't. Everybody, he said this on First Take. Everybody's figuring out Sean McVay. Everybody has.
Play action.
The Rams are a run, play action team. I told this guy, Gurley, that knee, when you tear your ACL, you're hesitant to run on that knee. You're hesitant.
Yeah.
So Gurley ain't going to run as fast as he used to because he knows, hey, another hit in the knee, it could be over. And he's been injured this season. Getting Jalen Ramsey is good because I think, like last year they played a lot of man. This year I've watched like one Rams game. They play a lot of press coverage. So getting Jalen Ramsey, because really Jalen, he's really a man-to-man cover. You can put him on your best receiver, and he's practically out of the game. So.
But did he get what he wanted?
Yes, he did because think about this. The last time the Jags were good is when they went to the playoffs, and when they had that one good year and they went to the playoffs. That's the last time they've been good, and that was with Jack Del Rio as their head coach, wasn't it?
No, that was Coughlin.
Coughlin
from the Giants.
Yeah, but he's the GM. Coughlin's the GM.
They changed it since I've known.
But Coughlin, he got a lot. He got 2 first-round picks and something else. But is he going to LA? Getting traded to the Rams. You're going to LA.
They got. Who did they get? They got Waddle from the Ravens.
Yeah.
They got Clay Matthews. They got Jalen Ramsey now.
They got a defense.
They got a defense.
And
that could keep them in some games.
Yeah, the defense, like, the one thing about the NFL is this. If you got a pretty good defense, but your offense is, like, average, you're going to win some, like, your defense may win out of however many games they play. They might win maybe four or five for you. But watch this team now. I think they're going to get it going. I wouldn't sleep on the Rams. Okay. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but they can pretty much get back there.
And everybody's talking about 49ers.
Yes.
They're undefeated.
Yes. I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl either, but
everybody's talking about Montana was undefeated when this part of the season. Steve Young was undefeated when they did this. T.O. was on the team. Jerry Rice was on the team. Whatever.
Man, look, those 49ers look good, man. They look good.
And they got an offense.
Yeah, they look good, man.
Jimmy Garoppolo, he didn't look good last year. He looked good this year, and they got a new running back, Matt Breida. He's fast.
Last year, the 49ers stunk up the joint, but this year, I don't know what they did during the offseason, but whatever they did, it must be working. because
I forgot Jimmy Garoppolo was injured last year, and that quarterback from Birmingham that played for the 49ers.
Yeah. Colt McCoy. Not Colt McCoy.
It was Nick.
Nick, yes,
Collins.
played out of Spain Park High
Nick
School.
Collins, that's who it was.
They should have kept it. Where is he at? They should have traded for him.
I thought he was still there, but he might end up in the XFL draft. They got. Yeah, they had that new XFL draft too, which Aaron Murray got drafted by Tampa Bay Vipers. About 5 different Georgia players.
6 from Alabama.
And about 6 from Auburn.
Yeah, so.
But still talking about stepping their game up from last year, Teddy Bridgewater.
I was looking this up. Teddy Bridgewater, best season when he went to the Pro Bowl was 2015.
When he was with the Vikings?
When he was with the Vikings. That was his best season. He got hurt. Remember, he got hurt. Like, later on, when he was with Minnesota.
Did they go to the playoffs?
Yeah, they did. They went to the playoffs.
But everybody is calling him a backup quarterback.
He is.
Is he? Or is he a starter?
But, okay, this is my question for you, Dallas. We know Breeze is coming back. You're trying to win a Super Bowl. I don't want Teddy Bridgewater out there when it's winning time. I want Drew Brees.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So when Drew Brees' thumbs get right, he gonna be out there. My question is to you, Dallas. Let's say Teddy Bridgewater is playing the best football of his life. Do you bench him when Brees is getting ready, coming back ready to play?
See, I don't know. If you play the hot hand, it might pay off, but a lot of people have been saying, like, Teddy Bridgewater looked good, but it's, like, average. Like, he's just playing to keep him in there. I don't think so, but if this is Drew Brees' last season or next year, Teddy Bridgewater, he'll have some pretty big shoes to fill, but I think he'll do good if he does.
Yeah. Like, Teddy, if Teddy can go back to playing like he played in 2015, they can win the Super Bowl. Because they already got Kamara. They got a really good defense. And if Sean Payton is still there, which is going to be there, they have a shot to win the Super Bowl. That's why I think Drew Brees is not going to retire. Because Sean Payton got a 5-year extension. Drew Brees ain't going nowhere anytime soon. He going to heal that thumb. He going to be like, okay. For Drew Brees to retire, he have to go out on top, win the Super Bowl.
Because Marie Taylor, on her podcast, I listen to a lot of sports podcasts, and she said that Teddy Bridgewater is a starter. He ain't a backup.
Oh my goodness. Well, you better have a good running game behind him then, and that's what the Saints have, a good running game behind him.
So are they Super Bowl contenders?
Yes, when Drew
With
Brees
or without Brees?
With Brees, they're Super Bowl contenders.
Without him?
But see, this is tough for me because I said yes, and I'm gonna say yes with Bridgewater because of the defense and because they got Kamara.
Oh yeah.
And they can make plays. They can make plays.
Well, everybody wanted them to win last year.
They got robbed.
Oh yeah.
They got robbed.
I watched it.
They got.
Really? I was hopping on, like, when the Packers lost, I was hopping on the Rams bandwagon a little bit. But whoever won that game, I didn't care because, like, I wanted the Saints to win, fine. I wanted the Rams to win, fine. But it would have been a better Super Bowl matchup if it would have been Saints.
Yeah, it would have.
Patriots. Or Rams, Chiefs, if it would have went that way.
I picked.
Which everybody picked Rams, Chiefs. Yeah. I picked Saints, Patriots. Because every time Drew Brees, I like Drew Brees. Mm-hmm. If he was in the Super Bowl, I want him to win.
I just want to.
Nothing against Tom Brady.
I just want to say this, since we're talking about NFL. And I'm gonna do a little 5-minute rant, just 5 minutes, on my Dallas Cowboys. We're 3-3.
Oh yeah.
We're 3-3. Jason Garrett, let me explain something to you. You have lost control of this football team. That's just point blank, period. Jerry Jones is not going to fire you in mid-season because he's not known for that. He might wait till after the end of the year. You got to do a better job play calling. I saw a lot of plays. Yes, you didn't have Amari Cooper. Yes, you didn't have another receiver. But it's the Jets. You still got to win that game. That's a must-win game for us. And we lost.
Oh, yeah.
And we lost. So now the Eagles is feeling good right now because guess what? They're 3-3 too, and they're leading the division right now. Also, one more thing. Prescott, you got to do better. You got to do better. To me, yes, you deserve your money. You got to do better. And will we please give Zeke the damn ball? Can we please give him the ball? Can we please give him the ball? Because he ain't been acting right since he got paid this offseason. Can we please give him the football?
How much money is Dak Prescott making?
Right, I think he's like second behind the highest. I don't know who's the highest paid running back is, but he's right behind him.
Dak Prescott?
Not Zach, but Zeke. They paid Zeke. They ain't paid Zach yet. Zach's coming up this offseason.
Because I know Russell Wilson's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, Russell got his money back.
Which, they're playing good. Seahawks are playing good.
Man.
Seahawks might be back.
You
I don't know.
Until somebody beat the Patriots.
And they got Carson. Who was that wide receiver they picked up? They got Metcalf and they got somebody else.
Somebody, I don't forget
who was that? Or was that trade rumors?
I'm picking the Patriots, by the way. I was picking the Cowboys, but they don't got me.
You already know my pick. I picked it last year. They're playing pretty damn good. My team, Green Bay. I know I got little Cam over here.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers is a bad man.
He's playing. He got rid of his arch enemy. He got rid of Mike McCarthy.
Hey, he's a bad man. I can't lie, bro.
Aaron Jones. He's my favorite running back right now.
He lit them up, bro. He lit them up.
When he gets some stiff arms going,
he lit them
spins
up,
going.
He showed why. In that game against the Detroit Lions, he showed why he's a bad man, man. I didn't know he could do all that, like for real.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know he could do all that.
I mean, like, ever since last year, I've been watching Aaron Jones run the ball because now they gave him the starting job. Williams was the starting running back, but now they're splitting the carries. But Aaron Jones is getting a lot. He's leading the league in touchdowns. And McCaffrey is leading the league in rushing yards. He's just going off. And Aaron, he's back. He's happy where he's at. And Matt LaFleur, I watched some of his post-game speech in the locker room. They seem to like him a whole lot more than Mike. All of them.
Our last topic for tonight. Alright, so we're finna transition to the NBA. And we're going to talk about one of my favorite players, LeBron James. So, Dallas, I'm going to start with you. Is LeBron James the MVP of the league this year?
I think so. I mean, last year I think he was upset how the Lakers just imploded. And he's going to be on a warpath. Yeah. He already brought the headband back.
So,
and what's the question? Is he saying?
I think LeBron James will be the MVP of the league this year. I think he is still the best player in the league until KD comes back. And I think LeBron is going to have a really good season because I think last year when he was hurt, like right there when he got hurt, they was already 4th in the West. So they easily could have finished no higher than like 3rd. So yeah, I think LeBron will win the MVP this year because I think he's going. If he averages 28, 8, and 8, that's good enough MVP of the league. Behind my boy, the bearded one, James Harden. I love me some James Harden. So the next question is he a Lakers saver?
Is he saving the Lakers?
Yeah.
Like, is he putting them back on the map, back to where the Lakers...
The Lakers will always be a historic franchise. But, like, LeBron has to win a championship, though. Like, he's got to win multiple rings with the Lakers. To me, if he wins, like, 2 rings with the Lakers, that's good enough. You know, he doesn't have to be like
Magic Johnson said.
He don't have to win 5. He doesn't have to win championships like what Magic did and Kobe did. If he wins 2, or if they 3-peat, that's good enough for me. I don't. He doesn't necessarily have to win 5 with the Lakers because I mean it's really not about it's LeBron and Michael who we compare him to, and he's already got what 3 rings. So if he wins 2 more with the Lakers, that's 5. So I mean, if he gets 5, 2 with the Lakers, that's close enough to Jordan because Jordan he will have 1 more.
Always seeing the old LeBron.
Yeah, so like I was saying, if LeBron James go back to doing what he did in 2014, that'll be fine. So that's really it for my Lakers pick. And then about the NBA this year, I hope you guys are very excited about the NBA. The NBA is wide open this year. The East and the West is gonna be pretty good. And basketball, NBA starts back next Tuesday on the 23rd, I think. So please enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy basketball this year. I really am. What about you, bro?
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how Ben Simmons does and how Kyrie does with a new team and how Russell Westbrook and Harden and Kawhi and Paul George and all these duos.
Yeah, I like it, bro.
Kemba Walker and Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum. It's just a lot of basketball. It's gonna be fun. I mean, college football's been fun. NFL's getting fun because everybody's getting traded, and then the NBA. And we're gonna do our picks. We could just pick them off air and then tell y'all how we came out.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a game of the week this week. That's why we switched, to talking about some exciting topics we think y'all was wanting to know about. Which we'll switch back in. We'll get back into gear like SEC talk when we talk about Auburn and LSU 2 weeks from now, and then Alabama and Alabama LSU, SEC championship time, Georgia Auburn. There's big games coming up, and y'all just keep tuning in and subscribe, like, tell everybody about the podcast. You know where to find it, and just search on YouTube. And that's it.
Yep, that's all we got.
Keep it tight. Keep it real.
Peace out, y'all.